Hello everyone, my name is Julian. I'm here to do an album review. Kind of like a little disclosure. It's going to be a long one because it's Coheed and Cambria. As you can see, here's the vinyl, but I'm going to go ahead and put a bigger picture because you can't see that. Anyway, since I'm a huge Coheed and Cambria fan and I have a shitload of Coheed and Cambria stuff behind you and another vinyl over there, it's going to be kind of a long review, so let me just go ahead and get to it. This album was released on October 9th, 2012. There was a leak. I didn't listen to it. I really wanted it to be a surprise and just put on my headphones and just kind of listen to the whole album all the way through. So these are very, new feelings towards the album. And the album could or could not grow on me more. Probably will. It's Coheed and Cambria. I've listened to this album since October the 8th because they released it one day earlier for the people who ordered the deluxe edition. And so I got the vinyl, I got the deluxe, and I'm probably most likely going to get the normal CD package when I have money, because I don't just throw around money. But in the future, I will get the CD. And since the day earlier, since the midnight release of this album digitally, I've been listening to it like crazy. Not for reviewing purposes, but because I enjoy Coheed and Cambria that much. I've heard it both in the critical point of view and then also just enjoying it, just in a fan point of view. And I've gathered up some opinions. First of all, props to Coheed and Cambria for releasing another different sounding album. People are saying this album kind of goes back to the old roots, but I mean, no, not really. Just because Josh Eppert is back, replacing Chris Penny, doesn't mean that their sound is back. I mean, it does to an extent, but not all the way. Coheed and Cambria stays true to the sound, the theme of their music, more than they do trying to stay just with a certain sound. So songs like Hollywood the Cracked, the character Hollywood is so dark and so evil, they can't just make whatever kind of sound they want. They have to make the sound of the guitar and the sound of the ambience of the song kind of, go around the story instead of just trying to be two different things. So that's just what I'm trying to get at with the sound of why they wouldn't sound like they did back in Second Stage, something new. Each song is different, so there's definitely no repetition at all. So I mean, usually I talk about bands that sound a lot alike between songs and albums, and it's just annoying and repetitive. One of the main reasons why Coheed and Cambria is one of my favorite. But this album sounds a little bit like Year of the Black Rainbow. Now, whoa, hey, listen to me for a second. I know Mothers of Men and Goodnight Fair Lady do not fall into that. But Afterman, Subtraction, Evagria the Faithful, Vic the Butcher, those songs, they kind of sort of sound like Year of the Black Rainbow with Josh Eppert, a little bit died down with the whole electronic sounds and synths and whatever have you that Claudio experiments with in his other project, the Prize Fire Inferno, which just released another EP. Anyway, so it's not, Good Apollo 1 or In Keeping Secrets, definitely not Second Stage Stern by and Blade. It's something new. It's not Year of the Black Rainbow. It's not No World Volume 2, and it's definitely not their older stuff. It's a new sound that is refreshing and I enjoy. Goodnight Fair Lady does, sound really poppy, so that's really good. It kind of reminds me of The Faint of Hearts of In Keeping Secrets and The Suffering of Good Apollo 1, but that's the happiest there is, and, that's actually really good because I love that kind of shit. When it comes to Coheed albums, they have their heavy stuff, they have their poppy stuff that's not really poppy, but it's just an uplifting track, and then, whatever have you with other tracks like the Afterman and Subtraction, which are just like really relaxing tracks, just like in Year of the Black Rainbow they had Pearl to the Stars and Far. So good variation of songs placed in the right positions. The Hollow starts out relaxing, and Subtraction ends it in another relaxing, point. And everything in between is just super fun. But it left me sad because the album is only 40 minutes long. Their longest track is Domino the Destitute, and then the other tracks fall below 4 minutes, and that's kind of just, it doesn't fly with me as a person. Like, I don't accept that anymore from bands and albums and music. I just want more. That's a personal thing. So if you don't mind short songs, this is not a problem. But this is the reason why the score gets a little bit lowered. That's just one. Another one, actually no, there is no other reason why. It's pretty much just that, and the fact that the extra demo tracks are just pretty much the same songs without some instruments here and there, plus an extra track. And other than that, every song is fine. It's innovative. They sound different. The guitars, everything is so perfect for what the song and the lyrics are meant to be. About you, the faithful, this lovey kind of relaxing, I miss you, mistakes, regretful, blah, subtraction, Afterman, and the story behind Afterman. And so every single song does have a story. You should really look into that. And if you're not into the whole Amory War saga and whatever have you, that's not just the music, then it's fine. You can just listen to this and still have fun. I would want to continue on forever, but I kind of just gave everything I really needed to say for a short review. The guitar is great. The drums are great. So glad to have Josh back. There's this beat that Josh does, and I'm not saying he repeats it through albums, but there's just this thing that Josh does with drums that it feels like I'm at home again. I enjoyed every single track. Favorite tracks, Hollywood the Cracked. Probably my favorite track when he goes from this evil riff to this amazing chorus. Like, if you just hear that chorus, like, oh my god. And then Domino Destitute, which I stopped listening to when this album first came out, because I replayed the shit out of Domino Destitute out of the fact that I enjoyed that track. So it's Hollywood the Cracked, Domino Destitute, and then from The Hollow all the way up to Hollywood the Cracked. They're all my favorite tracks right there in that order. Obviously, Hollywood goes first, Domino, and then Hollow, Afterman, Mothers of Men, Goodnight, Fair Lady, and then Evagria the Faithful, Vic the Butcher, and Subtraction. They're all kind of like, I mean, they're not really sticking with me. They're good tracks, they're not bad, they're just not sticking with me. And Coheed tried with Vic the Butcher to do the whole kind of easy follow along, get the whole crowd with you, singing with you, with the whole saying, hang your secrets, hang 'em up now. It doesn't really stick with me. It probably will in the future, but right now, at this moment, it does not stick with me. So the score that I'm going to give it right now, it's not the score that I'm going to feel about in a couple weeks. But as of right now, this album is a 7.5 out of 10. Great Coheed track. Great Coheed album. And I'm trying to be unbiased. If I was biased, I would probably give this album like a 9. But I'm trying to be unbiased. I love this album as a fan. I feel it's like an 8.5 or a 9. But I'm trying to be for everybody who doesn't just listen to Coheed and Cambria because they're their favorite bands, but just every now casual listeners, what you would pick up from this album if you sort of enjoyed Coheed's past work, especially Year of the Black Rainbow. This is a 7.5. I think it's a really good album. I think you should pick it up and just give it a listen. Spotify, you can just message me and I'll give you an invitation for Spotify if you want to just listen to it and check it out. If not, YouTube, the Pirate Bay. What are we going to do? Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned.